And before we start, I want to give a massive shout out to Mr. Boss for letting me know about this exploit. If you guys have any exploits you want to share with me, feel free to message me on Discord. Alright, let's get into it. Pretty simple. This is a very easy way to make a really cheap tank that is really good. The example I'm going to show you today is with a tank. I think it's the most simplest one to do. But first of all, the first number one step is you need to get a licensed production, either from an AI or if you're in a multiplayer game. I'll be honest with you, this strategy right here probably works better. And what do you got to do? And by the way, this probably will work in most mods, most whatever, because as long as it doesn't change the lend-lease system, the production system, all that stuff, it should be fine. It should work perfectly fine. The exploit should literally still work. If you're playing in multiplayer, you ask your ally to make the cheapest tank possible, like really bad as well. Like, you don't want any quality. It's 4IC as you see over here. It's pretty cheap. You could probably make it cheaper if you fiddle around with some of the stuff, man. But this is as cheap as we're gonna make it today, okay? And all you do, very simple. When you have it, you design your own tank with the template. Very important. You design your own tank with this template right here, okay? And also, the tank you design doesn't really matter. It literally can be the best tank in the world. As expensive as you want, literally doesn't matter a thing, man. You're in for the win, man. Just max this shit out over here, bro. Just max it out to the maximum. Get patrol engines, get cast armor. You want the good stuff, you know? You want the best stuff. You want the glorious stuff, man. Keep in mind, the original tank cost is 4IC, chat, compared to 32IC. 8 times cost increase. One very important thing you're gonna do is you save it as new. Save it as new. We'll just name it the export tank. Doesn't really matter. Boom. As you can see over here, we're gonna start producing them now. We're gonna make the tank license. Not the exploit tank we made earlier, but the tank license. Very important. And look at that right there. They are quite literally linked to each other, which is kind of crazy. It says right here, 48 weekly production for both export and tank license. We're making both tanks technically. However, I made one division right here. And literally all you gotta do is you gotta turn this on over here and turn off tank license. Very important. You turn that over there. In the game's mind, it's the same tank. However, you right now, as you can see over here, we have the stats of, you see that? We have the stats of the exploit tank. And I'm not even joking. Even the division over here has the stats of the exploit tank. And they're not even fully equipped because I don't have any trucks, but still though. Obviously, this also works if you want to send it over to other people. This is an exploit that also works. If you want to lend lease it, it still applies. Same thing works for planes as well. But however, one difference this makes is that I'm pretty sure with planes, you got to lend lease them away. You have to lend lease them away to a different country. Well, there you have it. Well, they patched tank printing. Well, looks like we have a new form of tank printing, baby.